Hi, I am Abhishek, the founder of AutoTester. So, as you guys must have seen, that now developers use AI to code much faster. But what about testing? Testing is barely using AI. Generating test cases using ChatGPT doesn't help us catch up speed with the developers. It's like so there are cases when developers might develop a feature in 2 days, but we might take 2 weeks to test. It's like developers are flying jets with AI, but testers are still riding bicycles. That's why we created AutoTester. AutoTester is designed to solve this problem and not just help us catch up speed, but rather we can do it faster than the developers now. So it's very simple. All you have to do is whatever feature you want to test, you just need to record the flow once. That's it. Rest everything AutoTester does. It generates the test cases for you. It generates the steps. It executes the steps, shows you the results, the screenshots, everything AutoTester takes care of. Okay. So because of this, what earlier took hours or days to test can now be tested in minutes. You can usually test a feature in 15 to 30 minutes and have the issues in front of you. And it's practically possible with AutoTester. I'll show you shortly how. By the way, before we start with the demo, I'll just give another small thing that we will be testing an app for this demo. And this app was created using Apple, which lets anyone create their own apps using AI. And it comes with backend authentication and everything. So it's very easy for anyone to make their own apps. It's also our own product. Okay, so let's start with the demo now. Okay, so here you can see the AutoTester UI. Whatever app we want to test, we have to create a project for that. Okay, and then give a description of the project. This helps AutoTester understand the application better and generate more relevant test cases. So here we are giving the description of the project. Now within AutoTester, to test things, we call them features. So anything you want to test, you will create a new feature for that. So here we are giving the feature name, and this is the app that we want to test. So we just have to give the start URL for that. And then we have to give a feature description. A feature description is important. If we give a clear and detailed summary of what this feature is supposed to do, what result we expect, then AI will understand it better and do a better job in generating the test cases. Okay, any kind of instructions you want to give to AI, you just give it in the description and AI will understand it and generate better test cases. Okay, now the process starts. First, AutoTester will ask us to record the flow. So here we have a Chrome plugin installed, and as you can see, every step that we are performing is getting recorded over there. You don't have to do anything. You have to use the application like you normally would. It's like testing one single test. Okay, and everything you can see in this small pop-up that everything is getting recorded. Okay, and later also if you want, you can make changes to these steps. Now one important thing, like for example, you have this form and it has many fields. Even if you don't fill all the fields, AutoTester can still detect them. It's smart enough and populate them in different test cases. But still, it's highly recommended that we try to interact with as many elements or fields as possible, so AI does not make a mistake and is able to properly understand which fields are there and how to locate them. So this is the recommended practice. Okay, as we can see, this is completed. On the top, we could see the message order confirmed. Okay, and now we can just stop this recording. You can see all the steps are available over here. It has taken everything, recorded everything. At the bottom, you can see the wizard, wherein in single clicks you can do things. Now it will save the recording over here, and analyze it in detail. Let's quickly skip this part as it can take up to a minute or so. Okay, so it is saving all those details. Yeah. Once it is saved, then it asks us for a validation step. This is important and the only thing wherein we have to put in very little effort. Here we just have to tell AI that how will it detect whether the test case was successful or it failed. So normally when you see some text on the screen, you just have to enter that text over here, because unless AI has seen that screen or message, it will not know what all messages your particular application is giving. So we just need to help it with the messages or URLs with which it can detect whether the test case was a success or failure. Okay, now it's generating the test cases. Yeah, as you can see, it has generated the test cases over here. It tries to cover a variety of test cases, covering different edge cases, and anything that is missed out, you can still see the button generate more cases and it will generate. Yeah. Now, in a single click, we are generating the steps for all the test cases. Okay. So here it has recommended, it has tried to understand what can be the different cases. It is trying to guide us. So we need to replace these example messages with actual messages that the user will see in the UI. Okay. But the auto tester is working hard to guide you, because to help us realize, okay, these might be the different cases and we only need to edit the messages. That's it. Rest everything auto tester takes care of. So here only we have given one sample validation, but the more validations we can add to this, the better it is. And this is the only effort that is required. Imagine, just you have to copy paste the messages or the URLs. That's it. That's the only effort that is required. And now it is generating the steps. Yeah. Now you can see over here, it has generated the steps for various test cases. That's why you see the button see steps. Okay. Now we can just execute any test case one by one, or we can click the go button at bottom and it will execute all the test cases. Here you can see all the steps that were generated. Each step is fully customizable. Okay. And it has automatically entered different values for different test cases. It has explicitly put the X path. Everything is ready, like you would, if you are an automated tester, you have to write all the script. Everything is done in just 1 to 2 minutes over here. Again, if you want to make any change, it's all visual. Just point to any step and make any changes that you need. Okay. It's really very, very easy. Okay. Now, when we tell it to execute, again, you can either tell individually or you can tell in bulk. So now the browser plugin is executing the test case, and you are not required to execute it on the cloud, because in that case, there's a cost involved. Since this can execute in your browser, there is no additional cost. As you can see over here, it is filling all the values and everything. And it's not just what we had recorded. Whatever values the test case generated, those values are being set. And soon we will also launch a cloud version, so you will be able to test parallelly. Here, as you can see the ticks on the right, it means those steps were successful. And this test case in itself was also successful. See, every step is there and whether it is success or failure. Okay. Now you can also go and see log of each. And the best part is, since you are seeing log of every step, you don't have to, if you are logging an issue, you don't have to give every detail to developer. You just give this URL and the developer can play the slideshow and see what happened and what went wrong. They can also see all the logs over here, everything. And to make the communication between developers and tester easier, we are giving unlimited users. So there's no per user pricing. That's why you can invite your developers also into AutoTester, and there is minimal copy pasting that is involved. It's all a very streamlined workflow. Okay. Yeah, that was the demo of
Awesome.
AutoTester.
Yeah.
So with this, it becomes really easy for you. And since we have launched just couple of months back, we are giving AutoTester for free for all of 2025. So there's no cost. And after that also, it will be only $99 per month for unlimited users.